There's no situation, there's no relationship. He doesn't like me and I don't like him.
Stephen A. Smith was born in 1967 in the Bronx, but grew up in Hollis, Queens, New York, a city that would shape his sports identity forever. After attending Winston-Salem State University, where he played basketball under the legendary Clarence Big House Gaines, Stephen A. didn't head to the NBA court, but to the newsroom. He started as a beat writer covering the Philadelphia 76ers for the Philadelphia Inquirer in the 90s through the Sixers' run to the 2001 NBA Finals and for years thereafter.
3 on the 24.
It was here he honed his skills and developed quality relationships with players such as Allen Iverson. During this time, he wasn't just reporting scores. He was offering sharp, unapologetic opinions.
Kwame Brown is gone. The City of Angels, Hollywood, just should be celebrated. Throw a parade already, whether you win a championship or not. This man was a bona fide scrub. He can't play.
Even then, his style was polarizing. Some readers loved the passion. Others thought it was too brash. But one thing was clear. Stephen A. just wasn't covering the game. He was part of the conversation. By the early 2000s, ESPN took notice. Smith's appearances on Quite Frankly and as an NBA insider started to introduce America to his personality.
Now who the best guard in the game is. Anybody with sense should know Kobe's the man right now.
But the real turning point came in 2012 when ESPN paired him with Skip Bayless on First Take. When First Take debuted its debate format, Stephen A. Smith brought a different flavor, while Skip was calculated and contrarian.
I love this question.
Stephen A. was the preacher in the sports church, delivering sermons of disbelief when he thought a take was ridiculous. The show became more than sports analysis, it became sports theater, and the NBA was at the center of it.
Lord.
He shoots it.
Oh my, you should be banned from talking basketball.
Oh.
Skip often referred to him as Stephen NBA Smith. His connections around the league, from players to executives, gave him credibility, while his flair for drama gave him ratings. A trade rumor wasn't just news, it was a Stephen A. segment. A finals matchup wasn't just analysis, it was Stephen A.'s prophecy.
If he is not okay, you're going to see an entirely different Stephen A. Smith on the air.
Over time, Stephen A. became one of the few sports personalities whose commentary actually influenced how fans and even players viewed a situation. Stephen A. doesn't just cover the NBA on First Take or in the studio during the pregame or halftime show. He arrives on the NBA scene routinely. Whether it's at Madison Square Garden or Crypto.com Arena, when Stephen A. shows up, he moves like a celebrity. Expensive suits, shades indoors, strutting down the tunnel like a man about to drop 40 in the finals. And he knows it. Stephen A. has openly admitted he likes to show up big time, shaking hands with star players, chatting up coaches courtside, and making sure the cameras catch him. This presence has earned him both admiration and eye rolls. Some players see him as a genuine friend and media ally. Others see him as part of the spectacle, another personality using the NBA stage to boost his own brand. But either way, when Stephen A. is in the building, people notice. Over the years, Stephen A. has built relationships across the league, from superstars to role players. He's friendly with guys like Allen Iverson, who he's defended countless times.
I've covered him for the first 10 years of his career every day.
He's interviewed legends like Kobe Bryant with both reverence and realness.
Well, you get used to that by now. How you doing, big boy?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing good.
He's also been willing to call out stars when he feels it's necessary, whether it's Kevin Durant joining the Warriors in 2016 or Kyrie Irving missing games for personal reasons. This unique positioning, respected enough to have inside scoops, bold enough to publicly criticize, has made him a rare figure in sports media, but it also means his takes can become the story. Stephen A. has had plenty of memorable takes over the years too, but in NBA circles, a few stand out like neon signs. Before First Take fame, Stephen A. was already cooking up viral moments on local radio and TV. When Kwame Brown was traded from the Lakers to the Grizzlies as part of the Pau Gasol deal, Stephen A. absolutely unloaded.
Kwame Brown is gone. The City of Angels, Hollywood, just should be celebrated. This man was a bona fide scrub. He can't play. He has small hands. He can't catch the ball. He's got bad feet. He can't really move, even though he's mobile.
That rant became part of internet culture. It wasn't just about Brown's stats. It was the pure, unfiltered delivery that made it unforgettable. Stephen A. has been both LeBron's critic and defender. When LeBron fails to close a series, Stephen A. will call him out. When LeBron delivers, Stephen A. will praise him as one of the greatest ever. This balance keeps him in the conversation with both LeBron haters and fans. Few players have been a recurring subject for Stephen A. Smith like Kyrie. From the Boston Celtics exit to the Brooklyn Nets controversies, Stephen A. has turned Kyrie discussions into multi-segment affairs, always mixing insight with frustration. Though not exclusively NBA related, Stephen A.'s now iconic plea to athletes who failed drug tests to stay off the weed has been immortalized in memes, GIFs, and soundboards everywhere.
Because you want to smoke some weed? You couldn't stay off the weed.
Every June, if the NBA Finals involves Los Angeles or Miami, you can bet Stephen A. is smiling even wider. It's not a secret he loves the big city finals atmosphere. In LA, you'll find him courtside, then later spotted at a celebrity-filled restaurant. In Miami, he's soaking up the heat, both on and off the court. These trips aren't just work for Stephen A. They're part of the Stephen A. lifestyle brand. Critics say he's more interested in the glitz than the game in those moments. Supporters argue he's simply living the dream of any sports journalist. Either way, those finals trips are part of his lore. For all the teams and players he covers, Stephen A.'s heart belongs to one franchise, the New York Knicks. Being a Knicks fan means embracing pain, hope, and disappointment, sometimes all in the same season. And Stephen A. embodies that. His rants after bad Knicks losses have become must-watch TV. His celebrations after rare Knicks playoff wins, equally viral. His love for the Knicks isn't just personal, it shapes his analysis. When the Knicks are relevant, Stephen A. talks about them like it's a public service announcement. When they're bad, he treats it like a national crisis. There's no denying Stephen A.'s impact on NBA discourse. Players often respond directly to his takes on social media. Fans debate his opinions in barbershops and on Twitter threads. Other sports shows mimic First Take's debate style because of its success. But the criticism is constant too. Some accuse him of prioritizing entertainment over journalism. Others say he manufactures outrage to keep ratings high. And yes, some think his big-time arena entrances are more about ego than reporting. Still, the fact that so many people care, whether to agree or disagree, is proof of his staying power. In a media landscape where attention is currency, Stephen A. remains one of the richest voices, and his story is still being written. He's hinted at eventually moving into late-night television or even political commentary. But in the sports world, his legacy is secure. From that young reporter covering the Sixers to the face of ESPN mornings, Stephen A. has built more than a career. He's built a persona, loud, passionate, informed, theatrical, and always confident. And love him or hate him, when Stephen A. speaks on the NBA, people listen. So next time when you see Stephen A. Smith courtside in a tailored suit, shades on, chatting with an all-star before tip-off, remember, that's not just a commentator. That's a man who turned his voice into an NBA institution. And if you don't like it, well, as Stephen A. might say, you're wrong. Just flat out wrong. Like and subscribe for more deep dives into basketball culture. This is the Swish Files.